at all. There will be no more games, trust me. And I definitely won't run. There is too much at stake. The path to your souls and the Worldwound's healing demands my death. The accursed threshold prison where everything began must be where everything comes to an end. So I invite you in once again. Cross this threshold. I'll be waiting for you in the heart of the fortress. In the
endeavor rushes toward its conclusion, I wish to speak with you. To be honest, I almost stopped believing that I would live to see this moment. It has been at least 50 years since I stopped hoping and believing it could happen. I have made a great many mistakes in my life, and I suppose I shall pay for every one of them, in this life or in the afterlife. But few mistakes became. You are being merciless, but I deserved that. You are right. I shall fulfill your request, although it will be difficult. No one in Mendev knows the sacrifice that the creation of the ward stones demanded. The stones themselves are seen as a symbol of hope and safety. To destroy them would be akin to dismantling the fortress walls around Mendev's cities. It will provoke suspicion and panic, even if the demons are defeated by that time. But the angels have done their duty and should be freed. Therefore, I am going to rule Mendev. What else? I do not seem to have much choice in that. Yes, of course. May I...
Let us be off. Should move.
This is it. The last fortress. It's been a long road from the river city to here. We walked and walked and walked along the road, and suddenly, there's no more road. Nobody is ready. It will be scary, very scary. In the last fortress, all the lies will end, and the truth will rise. It's the Redeemed Knights say they need me. I think they can manage fine without me, but maybe I really can help them somehow. Nobody knows what will happen next. People are afraid of the future, so that's why they make it up. Hear that, Soot? It's time.
Not a bad spot to end this war. Formidable, menacing. It has a certain style. Seeing as our contract is coming to an end, Commander, let me just say that you are the most impressive client I've ever had the pleasure to work with. And a highly lucrative pleasure it's been, too. Huh. Well, it sure wasn't in the name of Iomade. Of course, money's not the be-all and end-all. You dimwits need someone with a clear head on your side. Someone to watch your back. I know how you hero types love sacrificing yourselves at the drop of a hat. Of course not. Where else would I have had so many adventures? Besides, it's thanks to you that I've been able to add so many accomplishments to my service record. Now you're talking. Why don't you show me who it is we need to kill to win this war? Areelu Vorlesh? I'll wish that lady sweet dreams with unalloyed pleasure.
I am calculating the likelihood of your victory. Taking into consideration the fortifications of Threshold, the long period it has been under demon control, and Areelu Vorlesh, who is personally overseeing the defense, I would give the Crusaders a 30% chance of success at most. Of course, the presence of an illustrious scholar of Golarion in your ranks, meaning me, immediately increases your chances by 5%. fear is an unproductive emotion that typically gets in the way of a good experiment. And I've never indicated that I do not support my loyal follower in his battle against the demons. I simply calculated your If you win, I'll make sure to mention you in my encyclopedia. Aha! With that as an incentive, your chances have increased by 5%. Consider this my contribution to your victory.
There it is. The Citadel of the Demon Army. You know, I expected it to be formidable and fearsome. Something that would make me quake in terror. But now that I am standing at its gates, I'm surprised at how little fear I feel. Do not mistake this for bravado. Our enemies are dangerous. When I set out for war, I imagined that I would find Trevor and together we would fight the demons, shoulder to shoulder. Fate has a caustic sense of humor. My dream came true, but not at all as I imagined. The reality of war shattered many of my romantic notions. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that he is here with us. And today we will win, all of us together. I will go home to Endor. I will lay down my weapon and never pick up another so long as I live. Save a knife for cutting grapevines. I will serve the goddess in our old temple. And when the peasant children come to pepper me with questions about the Crusade, I will do my utmost to make sure that my stories give none the idea that there is anything beautiful or romantic about war. I had to. If I had a choice, I probably would have stayed the same naive little boy I was before the war. The boy who had never killed, who had never been to the abyss, who had never buried those with whom he had sat around a campfire only the night before. Even so, when I set out to join this war, my head was full of so many romantic notions. Ready. Let us drop.
Let's move!
At last, this irksome crusade is drawing to a close. All right, it hasn't been that irksome. All in all, it was a fine adventure, and the company was more than adequate. The most important outcome of today, of course, will be that I shall be immortalized in works of art depicting the Fifth Crusade as the most attractive crusader. Perhaps I should reconsider. No, others can be afraid. But I know. And to the victory feast, I trust?
Chief, is there any chance, even a tiny one, that we can just, call this whole thing off now and go home? Before, I would have just made a run for it, but I can't do that now. Something is holding me back, and I really don't like the thought of leaving you high and dry. Oh, my sides are splitting. I'm here because you're here, and not because somebody told me I should, or because it's the right thing to do, or any of that junk. I'm gonna fight because I don't want to die. And I won't be, at least not for long. I've got plans, you know, lots of them, like getting rich. I won't have time to be crying over dead heroes. But if you do survive, I'll make sure to cut you in. That reminds me, the Thiefling's merchandise is still at your disposal.
Greetings. Allow me to congratulate you on leading the armies of the Fifth Crusade to its decisive confrontation. Excellent. At last, a real achievement and a genuine chance of victory. Thank you for your high estimation of my abilities. Our views on certain matters have not always aligned, but I fully recognize your achievements as a commander. I am always ready.
You know what's crazy? I never thought this moment would come so soon. It feels like only yesterday we were trying to bring a blazing Canabras under control, and now we're standing on the cusp of our last battle. Threshold. This isn't how I imagined it. I thought I'd be running happily toward death and trying to do something particularly heroic so I could go out in style. But me too. You've got a whole army behind you, and we're all ready to win. If we fail now, when we've got this far, then that means the Crusades were always doomed to fail. We've been...
Hey, well, are we gonna stick it to the demons one last time? I haven't had time to think about it. All of my thoughts are focused on the coming battle. But I think I'll stay here a while, help the world to return to a life of peace and catch any demons that aren't dead yet. And I don't want to leave all my friends either. When we have peace, they will back at you, friend. So, are we going to crush some demons? It's time to show them the door once and for all!
There it is. The heart of the wound. The source of all the evil that has been wrought here over the last 100 years. It all began here. And we will end it here. The world isn't fair. Thousands of innocent mortals perished during this invasion. But it was also the catalyst for one demoness's discovery of goodness. I did not do it alone. You have led your army to victory, and me to my dream. I know, I actually pity them. If only I could have shown them what I feel. If only I could have shared this goodness, this tenderness with them. I'm sure they would have. It's not about guilt. It's just that I am ashamed to take any joy in my freedom, knowing that this terrible war was the cause of it. Everyone would have been better off if the Worldwound had never been opened. But then I would have You know what? I am ready. Let the abyss tremble in dream.
The light take you!
Smile. The world is not
Did we find trouble? No, they did.
No glory without risk!
Make every strike count.
No mercy for the wicked!
I finished here. Is there more?
We can do it! I will see to your demise. That's how you hit them. Adventures await.
Something is not right here. I will resist!
Your performance is lacking. You are lacking.
Prepare yourself!
Is this a mock fight?
Vision blurring, legs are shaking. Peculiar.
You won't survive me.
Precision! We cannot be
Desna,
defeated!
guide my hand!
Vision is irrational.
Endure this!
I'm all right.
You should have listened to reason.
I will help where I can.